Alrighty, we're live. Welcome in Friday edition of Mostly Hoops. We got Mark Titus here. We got
abrupt music cutoff.
Cut the music. Cut the music.
That was an abrupt music cutoff.
My fault.
I'm just saying.
Fair.
Well, it was. Cody's coachable. That's
Yeah,
what
I
I
was
like
just
about
gonna
you.
take the floor.
Okay.
I appreciate that. Big Friday episode. We got a lot of things planned. We got Titus here. We got White Boy Rick here. Dana Beers will be here in a second. I want to talk to you guys about DraftKings first. Titus, what are you doing tonight at 5 o'clock Eastern, which would be 4 o'clock Central?
I'm gonna be watching ball. Yeah.
Hoops Day?
I'm gonna be watching ball. Yep. Take.
Okay, well, at
Yep,
5
yep.
o'clock Eastern, if you're betting on the NBA, that's when DraftKings is going to put out their best offers. That daily 5 p.m. drop is a DraftKings exclusive. We're calling it Star Power Hour. Limited time offers built around the night's biggest stars. DraftKings Sportsbook is an official sports betting partner of the NBA, and they're known for dropping special offers around the league's biggest moments, the triple-double threats, the late-game closers, the players who can swing a night in 5 minutes. Open the DraftKings app at 5, claim tonight's offer. Once it's gone, it is gone. Star Power Hour runs now through All-Star Weekend. Same time, new stars. Don't check late. Download the DraftKings app now using code MOSTLYHOOPS. That is code MOSTLYHOOPS to claim today's Star Power Hours. Talking about Star Power Hour, ladies and gentlemen, Dana Beers.
Dana Beers.
Let's go!
And that's with DraftKings. The crown is yours. Hey, folks, before we get going with the big show, I need a money line pick. Give me a dog that is winning either tonight, Saturday, or Sunday. I'm going to start. Well, if I go this way, is that counterclockwise or clockwise?
That is.
If you're facing,
That's gonna be clockwise.
Give me a clockwise starting with Rick.
If you're facing us, that's counter.
What?
If I'm facing you guys, that's counterclockwise.
What, dude? You know how a clock works?
Yes. Oh wait, you're right. That would be clockwise.
Go to the monitor.
You're right.
Good Lord.
All right. My money line pick. I've already been a DeBanto over Darren Peterson guy. I'm gonna stake my claim. BYU goes on the road and beats Kansas.
Whoa.
I think Keita is a great matchup for Badenga. That's going to be really fun to watch them battle in the post, and I think they got the guards to at least defend Darren Peterson as well as you can. They're 4.5-point dogs. I think they win outright.
Am I the only Peterson guy on the show?
I'm the Pearson guy.
You're a Peterson
Yeah.
guy.
I'm a half
'Cause
Peterson guy.
Dana is. It depends on if Peterson is in the game.
Yes, I'm a half Peter.
Right now, right this second, as we're doing the show, Darren Peterson is not playing, and therefore Dana is not a Peterson guy.
I believe he's
understand?
confirmed
Correct.
active.
But if Peterson is on the court actively playing and the game is being televised,
Big
then
Peterson.
Dana's
Correct.
like, I like Darren
Yes.
Peterson.
I want that on the record.
Every time he subs out, he's like, fuck
What's
this
he
guy.
called? Is he like a baby with object permanence? If he can't see him, he just doesn't know he
And,
exists.
yeah, that's right.
Good. That's
yeah,
good.
in Dana's perfect world, Darren Peterson is playing competitive basketball 24 hours a day.
Yes.
Every second of every day.
All right, my money line pick. Listen, I'm tired of hearing the chirp that all I do is talk about Ohio State on this show. So I'm not doing Ohio State at Wisconsin tomorrow. Instead, I'm choosing Michigan to lose tonight. Give me Michigan State at home. It's only a 1.5-point spread, but doesn't this feel like a game? It's a battle for first place in the Big Ten.
Right.
It's at Michigan State.
Massive rivalry, obviously. Yeah, it's weird. I mean, both teams. We'll talk about both of their games leading up to this game, but neither team. It's Michigan is so weird because they just beat the number 5 team in the country, and I can't imagine any Michigan fan came away from that game saying like we're on a roll right now.
Bad win.
But yet they beat the. It's a really bad win.
I think
and they beat
Nebraska
the number.
fans probably came away feeling higher about that.
Yeah, I mean we'll talk about it in a second, but it is weird because like Michigan and Michigan State are both record wise playing good basketball. The metrics like them. It's a huge rivalry game. Winner will be in first place, and yet like both fan bases, I think, are like a little nervous because they don't necessarily 100% believe in how well their teams are playing. But yeah, Michigan State at home. I think Michigan State's roster, you could argue, probably cares more about the rivalry. I think Izzo's got a lot more homegrown guys that have come up in the program a little bit, whereas this Dusty May roster is a lot of
Mercenaries.
a lot of mercenaries, a lot of transfers he brought in. I don't know how much that will matter. So, interesting pick, Tate. Michigan, I see this as more of a pick 'em.
No,
than a
Elliot
1.5.
Cadeau hates Michigan State. Trust me, Elliot Cadeau hates them.
Yeah.
Who do you think, Dana?
You know what? I'm gonna do something crazy here. I'm gonna pick the old Friars plus 320 on the road at Villanova. Why not? I don't have much to back me up, but I'm gonna do it because I love that fan base.
They played UConn well.
They
Kim
did.
English coaching for his job.
Yeah.
As Trill Ball
Why not?
would
Plus
point out.
320, good value. Villanova's okay. That's my pick.
My pick, I don't believe in this, but this is like a they have to win. This is a must win for me. This is a must win, and for that reason, I'm backing the idea of this being a must-win, even though I probably don't think they're actually going to win. Kentucky at Arkansas.
Oh, don't do that.
John Calipari, since he left Kentucky, has just been rubbing it in. I saw that he had a quote this week doing a press conference where he's like, Mark Pope is the right man for that job, which he doesn't believe. He knows what he's doing. I think Kentucky is such a roller coaster. They get down big. Sometimes they come back. Sometimes they don't. They just lost by how many? What did they lose by the other day?
To
25,
Vanderbilt,
right?
A lot.
To Vandy.
Yeah,
25.
25.
Ended up being 25. This to me is Mark. If Mark Pope is in fact the right man for the job, he has to understand how massive this game would be to the University of Kentucky if he can beat John Calipari. I don't think he can. I don't think he will. But for the sake of argument, I'll take Kentucky, who was a 7.5-point dog at Arkansas.
Okay, we'll check in on that Monday. Make sure you get those odds on DraftKings. The crown is yours. All right, listen, folks. The show is mostly hoops.
Mm-hmm.
We've done mostly college basketball. I'm actually going to start out in the NBA today.
Whoa, okay.
Talk some Dukies.
We are going to talk. Well, I got a hypothetical for Titus because last night the Hornets played the Mavericks.
Right.
Cooper Flagg had 49 points. Con Knipple had 34 points on 8 threes. It is not even the All-Star break yet, and it is the most obvious two-horse race for the Rookie of the Year. No one else is even in the same stratosphere.
Did Edgecombe fall back?
He's like 30 to
had
win.
a couple
Okay.
stinkers.
Okay.
So my hypothetical for you, Titus, is this. If you put Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple on the same team in college and gave them a 7-point lead, how much time do you need left in the game to keep that?
Now, it depends on the rest of their roster. Do they have like other NBA players on the team with them, or is it just those two guys?
I'm pretty sure it's just 5 stars across the board.
5.
Yeah.
So the whole roster is NBA.
Yes.
Wow. And they're up 7?
If I gave you a minute 26 left, is that enough?
They're up 7 with a minute 26?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care who they're playing. They're not losing that game.
Really? You think?
They could be playing like another 1 seed, and I would still like them to close that game out.
Does that I was thinking about that on the way in. Does that impact it at all? You talk about it a lot. That choke is going to stick with Duke fans for a long time. That's a worthy opponent, though.
That choke is going to stick with me for a long time, and I have spent the majority of my life cheering against Duke. I wasn't even cheering for Duke. I wasn't even watching. I know it sounds insane because if you followed the show last year, like I just got on my knees for Duke every second, and I was like, this team is special. But I wasn't cheering for them. It wasn't like I want them to win. It was that I appreciate the greatness that I'm seeing in front of me, and that's gonna stick with me. Like there are times I was in the middle of fucking July, like I'm just in my shower, washing my balls, and then just suddenly I'll just be like, I can't believe Duke lost that game. I just like once a week, I'll just be staring at a wall, just saying I can't believe Duke lost that game, and it's only going to get worse as Cooper Flagg and Con Knipple dominate the NBA. It's crazy. But I'm glad you brought this up because I would like to pivot back to college basketball, and I have a confession that is relevant to what you just brought up.
Uh-oh.
I have a confession that I would like to debut on this episode of Mostly Hoops.
Let's hear it.
I'm starting to feel some things for this Duke team.
I'm
starting to now again, Tate. Let me say, I'm not cheering for them. My job as a ball knower is not to have favoritism and say I want this team to win. It is to just acknowledge like that team I'm seeing is good. That team I'm seeing is not good. This team could be good. This team used to be good. They're not good as what I see with this Duke team. At the start of the season, my whole thing with this Duke team is I don't love the roster. I think Cam Boozer is otherworldly. I think he's going to win National Player of the Year. His odds continue to improve. He's damn near minus 1,000 probably at this point. I don't know what he actually is, but it's a lock. It's as big of a lock as you'll ever see in January. He's unbelievable. He doesn't have bad games. He does everything there is to do on the court. I just like throughout most of this season, I acknowledge that Duke is winning games. I acknowledge that they're playing a pretty good schedule, to be honest. Their non-conference was pretty good. Their one loss was on a neutral court to Texas Tech, who is top 10, top 11. What is Texas Tech ranked right now? I don't know, but Texas Tech is a good team. But yeah, I was hesitant to get excited about this Duke team because I didn't love the pieces around Cam Boozer, which is to say that like I don't really feel like there are that many special players, and especially by Duke standards. And I think a lot of it hinged on last year's team to me was so special that I just felt like Duke was taking a step back. And if last year's team can't win a national championship, how can this year's Duke team do? All that is to say, I've reached a point where Cam Boozer is so good, and the offense around him, like I think the pieces are coming together, where like they can play through him, and if you throw a double team at him, he is so good at finding the open man. They have shooters around him. They have guys that can slash to the rim and whatever. As you're building an offensive college basketball team, the pieces around Cam Boozer are good enough that I like that. But the real reason I'm getting excited about them, their defense is incredible. Mm-hmm. Their defense, like they Cam Boozer is not a guard, but like he fits my. I'm making an exception for him where like I get excited about the teams that play unbelievable team defense and then have a guy who can just take over on offense, and they are emerging as that for me. Mm-hmm. And that's my confession, is that like I didn't think I would like this Duke team by the time February rolled around. And I'm probably like 60% as to where I was on last year's team in terms of like I really like what I'm seeing here. But I'm now getting to a point where I'm like, yeah, I think this Duke team can win a national championship.
My follow-up question to that would be this. I've known you for 2 years now, Titus. Is this like a move that you pull? Like, is this your shtick, or is this
probably. I don't know. Like I think it's
because for 2 years
it's a pattern of Duke glazing.
You've not wanted to like this Duke team, and you're
No, last year I wanted to like him. Last year I was like, Con Knippel and Cooper Flagg are fucking awesome. I wish they were wearing different jerseys, but how can you not like watching? They were unreal. They were so good, and they choked against Houston. But no, I don't think this Duke team's special. I don't think I think as I'm coming up with my teams that can win a national championship, I think if you would have asked me like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I don't know if Duke would. I would have been like, yeah, Duke's a good team. I don't really think they're good. I think they might make the Elite Eight and lose. But I do think that I have to be realistic that Duke could win a national championship with this team.
Yeah,
is that fair?
It's fair.
I don't think they're a special Duke team. I still stand by that. I don't think this team. But
what's it going to take?
I don't think the 2010 Duke team was special, and they won a national championship.
What's it going to take to be special? Undefeated in conference play. Is that special?
I don't know. I don't think.
Are you comparing them to last year? Is that the problem?
I'm comparing them to all Duke teams. I think it's like it's more than one guy that stands out to you as like a difference maker. That it's more that you like see one guy. Usually when you watch like a special Duke team, there's like the obvious All-American, but then you say to yourself, if he wasn't on the team, this other guy would probably be an All-American. And like last year, it was like if Cooper Flagg wasn't on this team, Con Knippel could probably be an All-American.
Yeah.
That's why that team was special to me.
Yeah.
And this year's team, I don't feel that with Duke, but I think their team defense is good enough. I think they dominate the glass. I think like their interior play is so good that I don't know if this is like if you're power ranking like the best Duke teams in the last 25 years, I don't think they're near the top.
Yeah.
But that doesn't matter. I think that this team can win a national championship. And I think like the Louisville game, they fucking dominated them defensively.
Right.
And that was a game that I had circled as like Mikal Brown is back. Louisville Louisville's not been as good this year as I was hoping they would be. And injuries could be the blame. There are a lot of reasons for that. But this was a game that you circle if you're a Louisville fan, where you're like, we put the country back on notice when we go into Cameron Indoor Stadium. Mikal Brown and Ryan Conwell ball out, and we just announced to the world that we are back. And the exact opposite happened. Duke put the clamps on them, and it was a blowout.
It was a blowout. Cam Boozer, 19, 10, and 4. He led the team in all three categories again. I guess I'm about to have to put us on the Duke counter. If you remember last year, we had a Duke
a Duke counter, yeah.
We're about to hit it for the day. But my final question is this. You just glazed Cam Boozer. He's led the team in all three categories again. He's minus 650 to win Player of the Year. He's minus 650 to win Freshman of the Year. Funny enough, the exact same odds are for him and Debanza.
I don't get that. Just
what?
But my question is, I think Cody came around and got everyone who's the best freshman video. I watched the whole thing. We all named multiple people as we did it. I don't think anyone. You said Cam Boozer has the best stats.
Yeah,
but he's not in this. He's in the discussion, but he's not getting named as.
Yeah, it's weird.
You know what I mean? And he's such heavily favored.
Well, I mean, best is so broad of a.
Yeah.
What do you mean by best? Like
I think Peterson's the best basketball player.
If I have a vote, I know, and I might, to be honest with you, I never really know if I have a vote on. I think I do have a vote on the Wooden Award. I don't ever know until like mid-February, and then I get an email, and they're like, "Send in your ballot," and I'm like, "Oh shit, I have a vote."
Is that real?
Yeah, I've voted.
Let the boys vote together this year.
Yeah.
You want to do a collective vote? You want to
mostly-
talk it out?
Cody.
That's what
Mostly
I'm
hoops.
Cody.
I think I have voted the last few years.
You have. You brought.
Well,
you
yeah,
broke it
yeah,
down
because
last year.
I last year I vote. I have a
Do a
vote.
mostly hoops vote.
I have a vote. I have a vote for the
Group
win board. I'm gonna vote for Cam Boozer right now. Like, I mean, it's kind of a no brainer. It's not, but like, Darren Peterson is the player, the freshman that I want to watch the most.
Mm-hmm.
If they're both playing at the same time and I don't have technology to do a dual screen, I'm putting on the Darren Peterson game. Is how and that's why I would answer.
It's
Darren.
not as Cam Bruce. He's just not as flashy as the other two, which I mean, you don't need to be flashy to win Player of the Year. You don't need flashy to be the second, third pick in the draft. But I think those two just have more like athletic, impressive plays that they're more fun to watch. Whereas Boozer just gets his 20 and 15 like clockwork.
He's so consistent, man.
Yeah.
That's why his odds are so good. Like there's the only way he doesn't win is if there's a fall off, and he's just not going to fall off. It can't happen because you can't. Even if you throw, like I said earlier, you throw double teams at him. He almost loves that more.
Yeah.
He's such a good passer. He's averaging over 4 assists.
I know we're
Like 24, 10, and 4. It's crazy.
I know we're trying to get off the Duke thing, but last question, Titus. If, let's say, Boozer, for whatever reason, has some type of injury or he's out for a little bit, do you have any confidence in kind of the next rung of guys below him on that team, or is it more just like you said last year, they had Knipple? Do they have a Knipple-type player
Yeah,
behind
I mean,
Boozer?
was it Isaiah Evans would be the guy?
Yeah.
I think he's just like a catch and shoot guy. I don't really see him as a like. What made Knipple so good is he was catch and shoot, but then he could drive, get to the bucket, pump fake 3 times, get a guy in the air, and then finish through contact.
So good.
Yeah, no, I mean if Cam Boozer goes down, they're fucked.
Yeah.
But
You think so?
I think so.
So last year you said if Flag went down, they weren't fucked. When he did go down.
Yeah, I mean if Flag went down, they were in trouble, but I wouldn't say they're completely fucked.
Yeah.
But they would be fucked. They would be. I mean, in fact, make the graphic, Cody. Get it ready just in case.
Can we get that?
Get a graphic
Would
ready
be
just
fucked.
in case Cam Boozer
potentially fucked.
Cam Boozer goes down. We put out the graphic immediately. Just fucked.
Yeah.
Duke : fucked.
I mean, I'm on their stat sheet right now. He is head and shoulders.
His
obviously.
face is all the way through, right?
Yeah, it's points, rebounds, assists,
Yeah.
steals. His 3-point percentage is second highest on the team. He also leads the team in
Awesome.
turnovers if you really wanted to go.
Yeah, which is important.
All right, that's the Duke timer.
All right, I'm
That's the
fine
timer.
with
All right,
that. But I
that's
just we haven't talked about Duke a lot this year, and and I don't think we needed to, but that was one of my takeaways. And there are more important games to talk about, and we can move on. But I wanted to confess. That's what I do. I'm man enough to confess when I'm feeling things that I don't like, but I'm feeling that.
Well,
right
thank
now.
you for your honesty. We're going to go back to – there was a couple huge games since Monday. We've had some really good basketball. We're going to start with Arizona beating BYU. I wasn't going to start with it with about 10:31 to play when Arizona was up 19. They were up 11 with 1:02 to play. I think we were all watching it together.
Right.
We?
Yeah.
And we were texting about it. Arizona is now 21-0. They do not play a top 70 Ken Palm team until Monday, February 9th. Titus did that.
Was it Kansas at Kansas?
Yeah,
right?
on the 9th. Yep. But then they go Kansas, Texas Tech, BYU at Houston. So that's quite the stretch.
Yeah.
But my question is, does being up 19 with 10 minutes to play at BYU, is that mean you feel even stronger about them, or does blowing that lead and almost having an epic collapse make you feel worse about them?
I feel stronger about them, I think. The collapse was bad. Now, if this becomes a pattern, if we see a couple more of these, I'll be concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Not to go back to Duke, but I mean,
not gonna like
that was one thing that like stood out with last year's Duke team, if you remember, was like it started to be a pattern where they would get, games are tight and then they couldn't close out games. And Notre Dame games stuck out to me at home. I remember they were playing Notre Dame at home. And I think that was a game Cooper Flag had like 40, but they like let Notre Dame claw back into the game. So that was like kind of a thing where that was one of the, as much as I liked them, that was a wart that like kind of stuck out. And then in the end, that's what doomed them in the Final Four was, this inability to close out these games. I think if this becomes a pattern with Arizona, I will be concerned. I'm treating it as a one-off right now that they sort of collapsed. And if we're being completely honest, the refs, Arizona did it to themselves. I'm not saying I'm not saying the refs are the only reason, but like there were a couple calls where I was like,
ones.
I think the refs are loving the crowd a little too much.
Oh yeah.
I think the refs are like, oh, you want me to call an offensive foul? Fuck it, offensive foul. The crowd's like, yeah, and they were getting a little carried away. So like, I don't think BYU should have been in a position to have the shot to win it, which they did. But at the same time, Arizona, I would say like 90% of it was self-inflicted, and that is definitely a concern. But I'm not panicking yet.
No, that was that end of the game. I think they just kind of, they let off the brakes a little bit and let them back into the game. But just when they were firing on all cylinders, you just saw how dominant this team is on the road at BYU. That Burries played awesome, and it's kind of what I've noticed with Arizona is, every time they're beating a team, it could be anybody that has like a standout game. Coapete didn't play awesome against BYU, but Burries did. Mm-hmm. It could be any number of those guys that could really be the difference maker in the game. But not worried about them all. I think that right now they are head and shoulders the best team in America.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, it feels like they have one of their key players doesn't play well.
Right.
Every game, like you said,
but it's fine.
But it's not actually they're not playing well. It's that
other people are.
You can't have you. Not every game is every player going to score 20 points. That would be ridiculous. You'd be averaging, like 180 points a game if that was the case. So it's like they just kind of are fine taking turns as to who steps up, or and that's terrifying for their opponents, because who do you key on if you're coming off a game where Braden Burries had, what do you finish, 29?
28 or 29.
28, something like that. So, yeah, their next opponent, Arizona State, I think they got tomorrow.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, I mean, if Arizona State's looking at that BYU game, they're saying we got to do everything we can to stop Burries. And Arizona's like, okay, please do that, because now you have no one to double Coapete, and you have no one to worry about Jaden Bradley. Yeah, they're loaded, and they're like so professional with how they go about it. Their defense is unbelievable. They just swarm to the ball. They get out in transition. They don't take bad shots. I mean, we talked about the 3-point thing last show, that they don't take a ton of threes, but when they do take them, they seem to hit them. Yeah, they are a well-oiled machine right now, and yeah, they did collapse, and that was concerning, but they won the game.
Yep.
At the end of the day, they went on the road, tough environment, beat a top 15 team.
Speaking of DraftKings, I think it's interesting to look at their odds and just see the chances of what can happen. They are currently 5-1 to finish the season undefeated. Do you think that's a good? Their stretch is tough.
It's tough, but it's tough for. It's one of those deals where it's like, yeah, it's hard. It's a tough ask for you to go to Kansas, and did they go to Houston, or Houston
at Kansas, home against Texas Tech, home against BYU, at Houston. And then they still have Kansas and Iowa State again.
It's a matter of perspective, because it's like you don't have to play all of those teams on the same day. It is a tough stretch. There's a tough schedule, no question about it. But it's also like it's tough for the teams that have to go play Arizona. Like is Arizona staring down the barrel of all of the rest of the Big 12, or is the Big 12 like, fuck, we got Arizona coming up? You know what I mean? Like you're playing them one at a time. Mm-hmm. Like if I told you that tomorrow Arizona is playing Houston, who do you like in that game? You like Arizona.
Arizona every time, right?
Yeah. Okay. So now Arizona's playing Kansas. Who do you like? You're like Arizona. So like, yeah, I don't necessarily expect them to run the table, but if you look at it on an individual level, even going on the road to Kansas, I'm gonna like Arizona in that game. They are clearly the best team in the country, and I don't expect them to go undefeated just because it's college basketball and wonky shit happens and. Who knows? But I think the fact to go back to like the 3-point shooting thing, I think the fact that they're not so reliant on threes is what would entice you to want to bet on them to go undefeated.
Yeah,
because they don't have to worry about shit. We went 3 for 30 from 3. Like that's not going to happen with them.
And we'll talk about it more down the stretch if they continue to win. But if they do go undefeated, I mean their non-conference was Florida, UCLA, UConn, Auburn, and Alabama.
At UConn at. Well, it was only one of those was a road game, actually.
Florida was,
but none of those were really at home, right? There was a lot of neutral.
Yeah. I mean, that would be that's great.
The UConn game was a true.
That would be like all-time.
That's greatest of all-time season.
Yeah.
That's quite the schedule. So,
boys, before we move on, I got a $10 super chat from Jeff Delo-1. Not sure if that's the real.
Is this the real?
Jeff
Is this a
Delo.
parody, Jeff Delo?
Yeah.
He says, "I'd like you guys to talk about Zach Cleveland, mostly mid-major darling."
All right, we can talk about Zach
Let's
Cleveland.
talk Zach Cleveland.
So he paid for it. I just want to let you guys know.
And do you think it's the real Jeff Delo, or is
It's
this
gotta
just a
be.
parody?
There's no way of knowing.
Let's talk about Zach Cleveland. You guys know about Zach Cleveland?
He's on our. Cody put him on our list.
TJ put me on.
He's number 1 on our prep sheet.
I have a Liberty jumpsuit, I believe.
You know what's crazy? I don't know if this is maybe we talked to, so TJ put me on Mostly Sports a couple days ago, and then we talked about him, and maybe it's because we talked about. Do we clip that, Cody?
Somebody clipped it on Twitter and made an edit.
Okay, because I didn't realize this, but I need to text him back. Yesterday, I got a text from a guy I went to high school with, who's a strength coach. It's not like I haven't talked to him in 20 years. I talk to him every so often, but he just texted me out of the blue, and apparently he's just Liberty's strength coach. He was just out of nowhere. He was just like, "Hey, you got to come. You should come check out Liberty." And I was like, "This is random." But then I thought about it. I was like, "Is it random?" Because Zach Cleveland. I don't know. Shout out to Rob Hornet,
Shout out Rob.
Brownsburg's finest.
Shout out Rob.
Strength coach. Maybe he's the have you seen Zach Cleveland highlights?
I haven't seen Zach
This
Cleveland.
guy's fucking nasty.
Is
Cold ass white boy, but also
Bloomington.
give me his
He's from Bloomington?
Yeah, he's from Bloomington.
Indiana?
Senior. Yeah. Illinois. Wait, Bloomington, Illinois.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say. Whew.
Bloomington, Illinois.
If if you snuck a cold ass white boy from Indiana past me, and I had to find out about
We'd have
this kid
problems.
from TJ,
We'd have problems.
I would be making a lot of phone
Where
calls
is
to my
Liberty?
people in Indiana saying you're not doing your job.
I'd be making a call to Darren DeVries wondering why he's not
How the
playing
hell?
for us.
Play his highlight reel for the boys, Cody. Look at this kid. What are his stats?
11, 8, and 7.
Okay, so
Oh!
he's nasty. Is Liberty good?
Yeah, they're 18 and
always
3.
good,
Number 2 3-point
Oh,
shooting.
that's a quick.
Look at this shit.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
He's got a quick
Ooh, windmill.
step, man. For
Yeah.
guys.
This is a 5-minute video, by the way.
That's fine.
Oh my goodness,
That's
the
how
bounce
good he is.
pass.
I love him. Good pass.
Now,
That's high
we
IQ
pointed out on
ball.
Mostly Sports, and I'll point it out here. We have not seen a single jump shot, and I don't know
No,
if
we
he can shoot. Doesn't matter.
The Cohen Carr archetype.
I love a dude that just
Look at that
was
pat.
sick.
Look, that's
that
nasty.
was sick. That was sick. That was the best play so far. That
Oh,
was the
That's
same play.
awesome. That's
dude
exact
can
same play.
pass, bro.
Pass
Yeah, dude.
Hunt. Oh, and he could throw a lob.
I can make that pass.
Let me look up.
Ooh,
This is
cocking it back. Can I just do something really quick?
yeah.
Fuck, shit, ass, tits, balls,
Whoa,
tits.
whoa,
Shit,
whoa, what?
What?
What was
I
that?
couldn't swear in 2 hours of
Fuck was that?
Pickup Barstool.
What?
That was like when you let a 7-year-old
Like
cuss.
Tourette's?
Thank you.
Glad you got that out.
It's hard to not swear on live TV. I had to get it out.
Yeah, dude. My
Did you go
guy.
fuck shit ass tits balls. Okay.
Your boy works at Liberty.
My guy is the strength coach at Liberty for the men's basketball team. I just looked it up.
I gotta ask.
Wow.
Do you know Liberty's kind of?
I know Liberty's. Yeah, no.
One of my players went to Liberty, and I learned a lot. Liberty's kind of crazy.
Liberty's
Where is
crazy.
it?
They got
Virginia,
like
right?
rules about
Oh, yeah, they
who
got-
goes
Is it
in
like
the dorms
BYU
at what
type
time.
stuff?
They
Yeah,
also
yeah,
have
yeah.
sick colors though.
Yeah.
I have a Liberty like baby blue like jumpsuit. It's fucking sick.
Is it it's got like BYU shit going on type of like
Yeah, like you can't
Can't
have
fuck.
a girl in your dorm past a certain time or something.
Yeah.
I believe so. I'm not certain.
But also that's why they win, baby.
Okay.
Focused on hoops.
18 and 3. Shout out Jeff D.
Yeah,
Lowe.
he's not like a Liberty. He just job was open and good opportunity.
Yeah, yeah.
One of those deals.
That's why I was like, when you should go check out Liberty. I was like, you gonna go check out Liberty?
Yeah, but we have a connect if you're trying to.
That is huge.
If we're trying to.
What
No
we need is,
kissing on campus.
the best part
if you,
about
if you want to get Zach, what I'm saying is, if
Well-
you want Zach Cleveland on the Uggernauts, we might have a path.
speaking
But he'd be making passes and they wouldn't be impressive because no one would catch
Should
them.
we get them to send Bosco some merch?
I hate to get off the rails here, but if we're
What?
talking Juggernauts, you see your boy out there? Ebo got here today. I got here to like print out this stuff.
Shooting free throws.
Ebo first of all, I set up the gun for Ebo because he didn't know how to shoot or to do it. He wanted to shoot free throws. So I checked in on him. He was 12 of 31
Good
shooting.
lord.
I think he's. Isn't he shooting 100 a day?
He-
Oh, he shot 250 today, at a 58% clip.
I asked him, I was like, dude, how can you not make free? Like, I get not making 90%, but how are you shooting 38%? And he said he grew up and his driveway was slanted. That's what he said.
That's what he's blaming it on?
Yes.
It's all it's mental.
We've had this office for multiple years now that you could get out there and shoot for a while now. Shout out to Dana for the Juggernauts.
Thanks, guys.
The
Really
first
good.
episode was really good.
Oh,
Ebo
thanks,
called you a
boys.
bitch, Tate. That
He
was
did call you
Yeah,
a
what the
it kind of
fuck
came
was
out
that?
of nowhere.
I want the raw footage of that because he swears up and down that the next words out of his mouth are like, but I think he's such a good basketball player. And I'm like,
got cut.
You'll never see it.
Yeah, go watch Dana. It's on your YouTube.
It's on my YouTube.
Yeah, on
Yep.
Dana's
yep.
YouTube. Go watch the
Check it out, boys. Check it out.
And yeah, maybe they win the championship. You never know.
the comments are so funny. The whole thing is
It's like this team has the potential to win a championship.
I felt that. I was watching it, and there were a couple times where I'm just like, I feel the juices flowing.
Power
I'm
of
like,
editing.
This is going to be awesome, dude. Like these
It's the power of
boys are about to go out on
I
go
told
wreck this league.
I told Dana it's tough. It's tough because obviously the Yak use it for content. Everyone knows what's going on. You can't keep anything a secret around here. If this was coming out on a week-by-week basis and you find out each week that this team lost
Yeah,
again by
I
25 would be must
I'm in a
see.
pickle. I don't know what because the live stream works and then it's all.
No, it's just fine. I mean, a lot of sports docs work this way.
Yeah.
Like
starting five.
Wrexham does that. You know,
Yeah.
like they play their whole season and then it comes out like months later.
That's how documentaries
The
work.
actual
fucking-
game made
That is
up like
true.
the
You're
last 5
documenting-
minutes of the
you're-
documentary. Like
Yeah.
the behind the scenes stuff was
Yeah.
what made the documentary interesting.
You
Formula-
document something that happened.
Formula One does the same with their little documentary. They come out like well after the season.
That is-
Slanted driveways nuts.
All right.
Anyway.
We're missing a top 5 matchup. We got to move back to
Yeah,
college
let's
basketball.
talk
ball.
Let's
Let's
talk
talk ball.
Michigan, Nebraska.
Michigan
please.
beats Nebraska. Listen, Michigan led the game 3-2 and then not again until 74-72.
Yeah.
They were 12-point favorites by time of tip-off. Michigan won the game. Titus, I question you this.
Yeah.
Who won the game?
Michigan. Yeah,
But-
Michigan won the game.
but
who
who won
won?
the
Who
game?
won the
Well,
won the big game?
I would say Michigan. But to your point, who won the game? I'd still probably have to say Michigan. But no, I think Nebraska, like I get the idea that this is a moral victory, that like they're down 2 of their top 3 scorers. Dana, you got a tip going into the game.
Yeah, Dana Beers owes me money.
That guy owes me
all the
money. That guy owes me money.
You got the tip that this was going to happen. The Rink Mass was dealing with the flu.
This guy owes me money. I took that so fast.
I cashed out of Nebraska because Dana Beers
You did.
sent me a DM and was like, "Oh, apparently Rink Mass has scurvy, and the entire Nebraska team is down bad with, serious illnesses."
That
I
guy owes
cashed
us
out of
all
my
money.
Nebraska bet.
Yeah.
At the other side,
I thought it was going to be
That's
more than
too-
Rink Mass, by the way. That your DM made it seem like the entire fucking team was out with the flu.
Yeah.
Frager has the injury. But anyway, the point was Nebraska wasn't 100%, and you're going to Michigan, and you're heavy underdogs, and they were frankly like kind of taking it to
They
Michigan
were
for a
the
stretch.
whole game.
Michigan's ball screen defense they're just running in circles. Nebraska's hitting everything. Yeah, and they throw the zone defense at Michigan, and Michigan's not hitting threes, and like that was sort of that's kind of the story of Michigan. So you want to say slide, but they've only lost 1 game. But like anybody that's watched Michigan the last 3-ish weeks will tell you, I mean, really it's 2026 since the calendar turned to 2026. Michigan has not been the same team, but they keep winning, which is fascinating. But if you've watched them play, the 3-point shooting, which was sort of a concern I had coming into the season, but in the non-conference it wasn't an issue. It's starting to become an issue a little bit. I think the defense for Michigan is still very, very good. They still play some of the best defense in the country, but it's not like, dominating at the level that it was in the non-conference. And it's fascinating because Michigan is winning these. Michigan and UConn are kind of similar in that regard for me, is that they continue to win. I continue to believe in the roster. I continue to believe in the coach they have. Everything about them in terms of like the results on the court and the makeup of the team tells me that they should still be considered national champion caliber teams. But on a game-to-game basis, you're like, something is off. Something is not right with these teams. And that's what makes tonight so fascinating to me with Michigan State, because Michigan did not play well against Nebraska. They beat a top 5 team. They were trailing for 38 minutes of this game, and yet they hung around. They make the plays late to win. And if you're a Nebraska fan, I think you do have to feel good that, like, you hung with Michigan. But at the same time, I don't know, man. You had a great opportunity. They should have won that game.
Yeah.
They should have. I think I'm still walking away like, how did we blow that?
Yeah,
how did we blow that?
I think the takeaway here for Nebraska fans is, like, you belong. You know, you guys are in it now. And it's for a lot of the doubters, including myself, who really haven't believed that, you know, this team really is as good as they've been playing. I'm wrong. I was wrong. They are right there at the top of the Big Ten. And, yeah, I don't know. Nebraska ball's legit.
Something interesting happened in this game. Jamarcus Lawrence in the first, 10 minutes, 12 minutes, something like that, had – I forget the numbers, but who cares? I'm close enough. In the first, 10 minutes, he had, 18 points. It was incredible. He was hitting everything to the point that there was one play, and this is when I texted the group, where he just comes off a screen and his defender's trailing him and is on his hip, and he just throws it up thinking he's going to get a foul call. He does not get the foul call, and it still goes in. And then I texted the group, Jamarcus Lawrence is hotter than any man. Facts matter, so I'm going to get the exact text. I'm going to pull it up because we have to get this right. I texted you guys, Jamarcus Lawrence is as hot as a man can be.
Pause.
Okay.
It was off the play
when
where
you say it that way,
I said he's
out loud.
He's as hot as a man can be. And Dana Beer says,
when you say it out loud, what was your first thought?
No.
He's an attractive male.
This was 20 minutes later. He goes, "Got to be honest, I thought you meant Jamarcus Lawrence was an extremely good-looking man, and I I almost replied saying he's pretty standard looking." You thought as Jamarcus Lawrence was scoring 18 points in the first 10 minutes, and I said he's as hot as a man can be. You thought I was like, damn, dude, look at that fucking jawline on this guy.
Well, I don't know. When I read a text like that, I'm like, okay, I gotta look at this guy more closely. Is he hot?
Did you Google shirtless pictures of him?
No, I was watching the game, and then I went to Google, and I was like, are we looking at the same dude? And then,
by the way, I haven't actually looked at him.
He's a fine-looking man.
Cody, pull up Jamarcus Lawrence. He might actually. I was
like, yeah, he's fine. When I saw that, he didn't blow me away by any means.
You wouldn't fuck him, huh?
I'd fuck him.
I'd fuck him.
Yeah, that was a
To be
funny.
fair, I thought the same thing.
Very.
You thought the same thing, Cody? You thought I was talking about.
Thank you.
All right.
Very impressed with Nebraska, and I think you walk away from this game. Yeah, you're pissed that you didn't win, but you didn't have two of your best players. So.
Now, you know who's as hot as a man can be. Wally Zerbiak.
Physically? Yes.
He is hot.
Yes.
Can't be done with Nebraska just yet. My question to you is this. So if Michigan's a Final Four team, they're a consensus number one right now. If the tournament was happening, they'd be a number one seed. If Michigan's a Final Four team, Nebraska goes to Michigan, plays them in the wire, are they a Final Four team? And let me warn you now, do not say they haven't played anyone. Did you guys see that tweet?
What?
Oh, yeah. That analyst said.
We had it deleted. She
said they've only played the bottom half of the Big Ten, and if you look at the breakdown, they've played 5 against the top half, 5 against the bottom half.
Well,
it's like a perfect
They
split
won at Illinois.
Yeah.
They beat Michigan State.
Cody, I sent you who they've played. The only loss they have is to the number one team.
No, I meant to make this point. I made it on the Cody.
Yeah,
we did a social.
They're the second team, and they've beaten everyone else that it's in red.
Right. That's absurd.
They deleted it.
Good.
Why is Nebraska underrated? I don't understand going into this game. Now they're not undefeated anymore, but Cody, it was you that was filming me for that social thing we did, right? Who's the most underrated team in the country?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I made the argument, and I meant to say something going into the Michigan game on this show, but I don't understand why Nebraska going into the Michigan game wasn't number 2 in the country. And they still should be top 5. They're going to fall because that's the way it works. You lose, you fall from 5. They've lost one game. It was on the road against another top 5 team. They've played a great schedule. I don't know. It was very weird to me that Nebraska was ranked 5th going into this game, and Nebraska fans were happy about it because this is uncharted territory for them. But if they were wearing Ohio State jerseys, we'll just say they're the number 2 team in the country.
They could
without question.
They could arguably move up.
Yeah.
Now that'd be something.
Yeah. Anyway,
all right. Let's.
I do, to answer your question. Nebraska, yeah, they could make it. They're a Final Four team. They could absolutely make a Final Four.
I got one more thing on Michigan. Elliot Cadeau, can this be your starting point guard? This stat line against Nebraska: 7 points, 7 assists, 8 turnovers.
Yeah, that's the Elliott Cadeau experience.
But that's not.
Yeah.
They keep winning, and I keep getting more out on them.
Yeah,
You can't win a national championship like that.
Tonight's massive for how much I believe in Michigan long term.
Yeah. All right.
It's not even must win. It's like I just want to see like maybe the 3-point shooting a little bit better.
Can't turn it
lock back in on defense. This has the potential to be an all-time disgusting game of basketball tonight, by the way. Like a good game, I'm going to love it, but both these defenses are so good. They fucking hate each other. I could see like a lot of fouls called early, and then the refs just realize like we got to kind of stop blowing the whistle or else we're just going to this could be a rock fight. This could be gross.
All right, another game I want to cover real quick because it means more to everyone in here. Indiana beats Purdue.
Dude.
All right, one question for you guys. What the fuck is Purdue's problem?
They're just not as good as we thought.
Yeah, they're exactly as good as I thought. I still think the people that are panicking about Purdue, I think that's an overreaction as well. I think Purdue's still going to be a good team. They're gonna right the ship, and they're gonna be a 3 seed in the tournament, 4 seed in the tournament. They'll maybe make the Sweet 16, and then they'll play fucking. Purdue will be a 4 seed and play Arizona in the Sweet 16, and they'll be down 4 with 2 minutes left, and then they'll lose, and they'll be like, that was a hell of a season. All things considered, not a bad season, and that's how I expected this Purdue season to go. I think to me when I watch Purdue, and this kind of happened during the comeback when Indiana had like a nice little cushion. It wasn't a blowout by any stretch of the imagination, but like Indiana was keeping them at arm's length for most of the game, and then it got real there for a second. Yep. Every time Purdue kind of like goes on a little bit of a run and the offense starts clicking and when they're down they make their comeback, it always seems to be because Braden Smith is shooting and is looking for a shot more. And I think that, I made that point last time we talked about Purdue. I'm going to make it again. That kind of did you see that one sequence where he goes behind his back in transition and then stops on a dime and hits the 3?
Yeah.
I think they might just need that Braden Smith going forward. I think Braden Smith's got to say, fuck the assist record. I'm here to score 25.
I don't know if it's even he's chasing the assist record or if that's just
how
he's wired.
Yeah, I don't think he is.
How he's wired is he always wants to make the best basketball play, the highest percentage shot. But there's times where it's like, I would rather have Braden Smith shooting maybe a contested jumper than someone wide open for a corner 3.
Yes.
There's times I just want him to but if you're a Purdue fan, you want him to just take over and score.
That's an important distinction, Rick.
Yeah.
I don't mean to suggest that he's selfishly trying to get the record.
Yeah.
He's not. But that is like how he approaches basketball. Is I'm a pass first point guard, and I think they might need him to be a shoot first point guard.
I agree. 100%.
I think that might be what Purdue needs.
I don't follow this rivalry as closely as you two. I would have bet a lot of money that Braden Smith had a winning record with as good of teams as he's been against. He doesn't
dog shit at Assembly Hall in his 4-year career.
Yeah.
25%,
7 points per game, 11 for 44 from the field,
and 3 and 4 in his career against Indiana. And Indiana hasn't been good, and Purdue's been great.
Yeah,
tough month to be a Purdue fan.
Probably the worst 10 days to be a Purdue fan ever.
Rick, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room with Braden Smith?
Yeah, he has an in-season podcast where he admitted to yesterday that they had a players-only meeting, and every Purdue fan I've seen online is desperately trying to get him to stop releasing episodes of this podcast.
He's been doing the pod all season.
Yeah, they are pointing to this pod as where things started to go wrong.
Paul George.
Could you imagine if after a Juggernauts game, Nicky Smokes goes 1-14, and then it's like, hey, I got to get out of here. I got to go record my
podcast.
You can't put out a pod after losing to Indiana like that.
Yeah.
But you can.
I don't know. Caleb Downs is doing it.
That's another thing.
But
I ride with my guy. He's got to stop doing that.
But also, I was going to say Caleb Downs is doing it, and maybe that's what Ohio State season didn't go as well.
Well, on the field it didn't, but Caleb Downs, hypothetically, we are winning.
Hypothetically,
every game.
Caleb Downs, a lot of Ohio State guys are pointing out that we would have won a lot of games.
Yes.
If it would have gone down differently in different circumstances. Yeah, that's tough. But I will say, he said that Purdue had a players-only meeting.
Confirmed players-only meeting.
I'm the biggest players-only meeting fan there is. And I think, who do they got next? They are going to fucking pound Maryland.
Yeah.
they are going to destroy them.
Yeah.
Players only meeting.
But what if they don't?
I love players only.
What's your
meetings so
perfect player? What's your ideal length for a players only meeting?
much.
Because his was an hour, and I think that's
Oh,
like a
That's
long.
that's a little long.
Way
That's
too
a little
long.
long because I think at that point it's starting to get personal, and I think people are like saying, I think people are. An hour tells me there were tears. An hour tells me someone was like just pouring his heart out, and yeah, there's a little too much. I think a perfect players only meeting is like 10 minutes.
An hour.
It's just like
I'd say 10, 15.
I think the leader of the team comes in, says y'all some bitches.
Yep.
Y'all think you're sweet. You're not. You're playing like some bitches. But then, and this is important, someone's got to call out the leader as well. And someone like y'all some bitches. We go around like if we were doing a players only meeting, I'd be like, Rick, you're a bitch. You think you're cool. You think you got it because like you're the best player on the Juggernauts. You ain't shit. Tate, you're feeling yourself because Mincy shit. You ain't shit. You ain't. And we go like that. But then, and this is the most important part. You guys have to turn it back on me.
Yeah.
And then I think after that happens,
Like, hey, bro.
we all bring it in.
Titus,
We all
you're
hug.
a bitch that just glazes Duke.
Yeah.
We should have a players only.
And then
Who gets left out though? Who is Cody our coach?
But then I think like there's one. I think Cody, your role is like we almost forget about you, but then you're the one that steps up and you say there's a lot of ball left to be played and we can right the ship.
Yeah.
And then we all come together, and I don't know, we kiss.
Yeah.
And then it's over. So I feel like that's like 10 to 15 minutes.
Hey, bro, you're our leader, but like you still you got your own flaws. You
Yeah.
know? You gotta there's things you gotta work on too.
Or you say like attitude reflects leadership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You hit them with one of those.
You played with people that could do you guys are being bitches.
Oh yeah.
But can Braden Smith do that?
Does Braden Smith have it in him to go?
Like
y'all some bitches? Can you picture Braden Smith walking
Can
in
we
the
make
locker
that
room?
graphic too?
I need to get a video of him saying that to determine if that's
Y'all
like,
some
he
bitches.
can't say that.
Can we make that graphic?
Imagine a guy with a bright green forearm calling you a bitch. In a podcast and
Anyway,
Let's.
I did just want to say, I've seen Indiana beat Purdue, but that was Jalen Hood-Schifino has a performance of a lifetime, or Trace Jackson-Davis goes off.
yeah, Mac,
This is the first time I've seen Matt Painter get flat out coached.
Yeah.
Darren DeVries had the perfect game plan, perfect execution. He had his son, 6'7" Tucker DeVries, manning up on 7-foot Oscar Clough. We just went small and swarmed them. DeVries held his own, and yeah, that's the first time I've seen an Indiana coach flat out coach Matt Painter since the Green days, probably.
One point I want to make about that's a good point. Yeah, it was because a lot of the Indiana upsets have been just great individual performances.
Yeah, it's
like
a guy.
Hood Schifino at Mackey Arena. I was at that game and I was like, where the hell did this? In fact, that made me believe in Hood Schifino. I still believe in him. I still believe in him as like an NBA prospect because of that one game.
I don't even think he's in the league anymore.
Yeah, I don't even know where the hell he's selling insurance somewhere.
Maybe we can bring him back.
But
Nate Oates can do it.
One point I wanted to make is we talked about Indiana maybe being a football school.
That was a great night for your basketball school take.
That is Exhibit A in my argument that Indiana will always be a basketball school. Is they just won a national championship, but Purdue's coming to Assembly Hall and the place was fucking packed. Purdue's not even really that good. Indiana is definitely not good. And it didn't matter. The place was packed, and it was the most important thing. In the world
Winning that football championship was the greatest sports memory of my life, but hitting a 3 against Purdue and Assembly Hall goes fucking ballistic. That put a tingle in my balls that football just can't really give me.
Right.
All righty. Did anyone catch the Missouri game?
No, we don't watch them.
You guys are following my lead on this?
Yeah. I fully have embraced what you're doing with Barcelona.
I saw that they got blown out. Did Greg put out a video?
He did, and you got to hear him talk. Can we pull that up?
Let me.
How do you say the Alabama player who's returned?
Bediako?
Bediako. Okay.
Oh goodness. What are we going to get here?
This one?
Yeah.
12 likes. There we go.
90-64. Alabama. That was one of the worst games I've watched this year. I mean, the Illinois game was definitely number one. This is probably worse than Kansas. I mean, we just got our asses handed to us every single possession. Any 3 they wanted, bang. Charles Badoku came from the G League last week. Bang.
All right, end it.
And that's the video.
End it.
Charles
All right.
Sudoku.
Oh,
thought he
that's
was
a good
a-
laugh.
Bro thought he was a puzzle.
All right, now I know what happened in the game.
And we'll talk to you guys on Monday as,
Oh,
as
my
Missouri
God.
plays Mississippi State.
I love it. Greg, I need more, man.
Oh,
He's so good.
shit.
He's got 100% hit rate for me.
dope.
I've yet to see a Greg video where I'm not laughing.
Every
Dude,
time.
he's so good.
Every time. Let's get into some mostly stuff. All right. Did you guys see how Kentucky broke the huddle before playing Vandy?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Titus, you
tough.
said-
That was tough.
I don't even care about.
Play that.
So they said, yeah, play it, Cody. But Titus, my question to you, I don't care if you win by 25. Is that not the lamest fucking breakdown?
Cash money on 3.
Yeah, this
2,
feels
3,
like
cash.
2004.
This feels like a it's 1998. I'm 11 years old playing in I'm like a local AAU tournament. The coach is the dad of one of the players. Like, he's never really coached before, but he knows how to install flex offense.
Mm-hmm.
And
I still think it sucks.
and we're about to play. We're about to play the inner city kids for the first time, and the coach is like, "Oh shit!" But we got to prove that we got to say this loud enough for the inner city kids to hear us that we're not scared of them.
Yeah.
And this is what he comes up with.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "All right, guys, bring it in. Cash money on 3. 1, 2, 3." And then we all scream in our high pitched voice, "Cash money."
Cody, do we have the video?
Yeah.
We're wearing Spreewell.
They lost the game by 20.
Yeah, they lost by 20.
What is the proper thing to say? Like, you're running a team. What are you guys saying on 3?
Together on 3.
We always said pride.
Together
Pride on 3.
I did.
Pride. Yeah. Pride on 3.
Together on 3. 1, 2, 3. Together. I was the guy that
Team on 3.
I'm a team
Not
on
a big deal. Whatever.
Team on 3. Y'all some bitches.
You know what I used to do, actually? So we would do our national anthem when we'd all get down. We would all lay down, and we'd all be like yelling at each other around like in a circle.
During the national anthem?
No, after.
Okay.
After.
All right.
And we'd all be like hitting the ground stuff, and we'd go, "Fuck them on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fuck them."
What?
Yeah.
Fuck them?
Not with a coach. This was no coach. This was with just the players.
Like, you're gonna fuck them?
No, like fuck them. Fuck them.
Oh, like fuck them.
yeah, fuck them.
Let's fuck
M-E-M.
fuck them.
Fuck them on 3. 1, 2, 3. Fuck them.
Okay.
And the whole gym could hear it and fire
That's
people up.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's cool.
We would sometimes, you'd sometimes get in a groove in the tunnel as you're about to do the breakdown. You get some claps going, like.
Yeah.
Did you do that in high school or college?
It was more of a college AAU thing. It was not really a high school thing.
I don't know if we can do that.
Yeah. We didn't do that so much in high school.
My team did it one time. They do the starting lineups, and it's like, all right, and now you're, Granville Blue Aces, and we did the.
Yeah.
And then we never did that
Yeah,
again because.
It's a lot of people off beat.
Yeah, I was like, we're done with that one.
Became a problem. Can I ask you guys a question that
Please.
I would like to
Please do.
throw your way? Is Tom Izzo's mom the hottest name in college basketball right now?
You have a hot name?
What do you mean by that?
Did you guys not see last night?
I thought you meant that you have a hot name.
We talked about.
That's where I was at.
What is wrong?
You gotta
the fuck is
clarify
wrong
these
with you?
things, man. Hottest name like Carmen Electra,
Sex-
like Carmen Electra.
So the word hot to you
You're
is
a
always
fucking
mean
idiot.
So every time you hear the word
He
hot,
thought it too.
I thought
so
it.
if I told you if I told you the pizza,
Cody, did you think it too? Hot?
No.
Okay.
hey, Dana, someone just delivered pizza and I just had a piece that's really hot.
No.
You're gonna
that's
picture
food.
fucking.
That's food.
You're gonna picture fucking the
Talking
pizza.
about people.
You're gonna talk. You're gonna
People.
think the pizza's sexy.
People.
You can't bring food into that
No,
as
this
an
is
example.
people.
Your waiter
It's
puts a dish in front of you.
That's
He's
a
like,
false equivalence.
be careful, Dana. The plate is hot. You're gonna be like, I wouldn't fuck that plate. What do you mean it's hot?
The
People.
Logical
But the
fallacy.
two examples that have tricked you are a 98-year-old woman and a guy who has 18 points in the
Okay.
first 5 minutes.
And we're all watching the game. He has 18 points.
It's
And
not,
you
it's
thought
not about me. Let's tell the story.
Brad Underwood invoked Tom Izzo's mother after Tom Izzo's invoked his own mother. I'm saying that Tom Izzo's mother is becoming the go-to as as an example of bad defense.
And that's Dorothy.
I think she might need to get on the court and lock somebody up to beat these allegations.
Play the clip, Cody.
Yeah, he never makes a scouting report mistake. Very seldom. And you realize we had him guarding Diallo, their point guard. To be very honest, last year I'm not sure Ben could guard a dead man. And I mean, probably would give up 20 to Izzo's mom.
Oh, he thought about it. He thought about it. He's like, should I say this? Her name is Dorothy.
Is that hot, Dorothy
Let's
Izzo?
get eyes on Dorothy real quick.
Dorothy Izzo?
To head us out here, Cody. Let's get eyes on Dorothy.
He thought about saying that. He was like, should I do this?
It wasn't a shot.
No.
Well, I think
Can't bring up another man's.
Well,
mom.
you know why I
his
think
brain went from dead to old.
that's what I was gonna say. Is I think he paused because he said a dead man, and then he was like, "Fuck, can I mention Izzo's mom now, or is
Yeah.
that like offensive somehow?" And he's like, "I'm going for it. Why not?"
There she is.
Oh yeah,
There she is.
and, right. I mean, she looks young. Click on the second picture in.
Yeah, that's her. Right?
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
yeah, attractive woman. And she's 98. She looks great. She looks great for 98.
All righty. Hey, here's what we got. We got a great slate this weekend. We got Michigan State tonight, BYU, Kansas tomorrow. Peterson is expected to play. Kentucky at Arkansas, Bama, Florida, Illinois, Nebraska. We are also live from San Francisco, California next Tuesday.
Yeah, we're doing one show next week because the scheduling. We're all going to the Super Bowl. Rick's not.
I will not be there.
Well, us three are going to the Super Bowl, and the scheduling is just so wonky because of for various reasons and whatever. We're throwing out of whack, but we're going to get one show in. We're going to do it Tuesday morning.
Is it?
So you guys can get through it without me?
Yeah.
I think you'll be all right.
It's
Hopefully.
7 a.m. Pacific, which is normal time, right? Because it's 9 a.m. here.
It'll be the exact same time for the audience.
I'm not a West Coast guy.
It'll be.
You've been.
It'll be early as fuck for us.
Is it early as
7
fuck?
a.m.
7 a.m. is early, but
that's all right,
we're the hardest working men in show.
It is, you know.
and this is what we do. So
Grind don't stop, boys.
the grind don't stop, which is why we're going to give you one show next week.
Hey, we're in that locker room. We're in
Which is
that
why-
locker room.
The grind don't stop. That's what we're going to give you 1 hour next week. All right.
Titus, we're in that players only meeting. Grind don't stop, boys.
Grind don't stop.
Come on, boy. Come on.
Grind
Hey,
don't-
grind do
grind
not
do
stop.
not
Let's
stop.
go.
BYU Kansas, I'm so excited for because everyone's got to stay. We're Peterson guys.
I'm Peterson.
You guys are DeBanza guys.
Stay on your
I
side.
will gladly plant that flag.
Quick point about DeBanza I wanted to make about that Arizona game. That was a great peek at what you love about DeBanza and what you might not love about DeBanza. He could get any shot he wanted, but he just wouldn't make them.
Yep. That was
That's why, like, you see the vision and why he's so highly thought of, but then also why you might use the word raw still to describe him as a prospect. He was, he did not play great, but he still scored a ton of points. Still, like, gets wherever he wants on the floor. I'm excited for that game tomorrow.
Can I close this with Hurley?
Yeah.
Please
Close
do.
with Hurley.
Just walk it off with Hurley. I'm going to leave.
I got to pee.
Goodbye, everybody. Great show.
Fart noises get me every time. Love you guys.
Go Zips tonight. Beat Kent.